welcome to the FM Playoffs YouTube channel. I'm the KegManPlays, and we're back with another interview for Season 2 of the FM Playoffs. Of course, Season 1 won by Denham CD7, but we're joined by one of the co-owners, Mozza. Mozza, how you doing?
I'm good, mate. How's you?
I'm good. Looking forward to the playoffs this weekend. Of course, we've already had one interview done. That went out at 4pm today, which was DJNathyB. But we've got Mozza, who's taking part in this again. He took part in the first one, making it into the quarterfinals before getting knocked out. But what did you learn in the first ever FM playoffs?
A lot is the answer. I think my drafting went really well. I was really happy that the way I'd kind of planned it out with my research, I was able to get the players I wanted. But I went too defensive, basically. So I've learnt about I learnt a lot more about PvP rather than playing against AI. And things I need to improve on. So I've totally rejigged the research I've done, and I'm pretty confident, to be honest, going into the second go of it.
I mean, I think quite a few people were confident heading in the first one, and I mean, I think the person who was most confident was Maladin.
Which is standard, of course. But no, if I remember rightly, I said my mission was just to get to the knockouts, and I did that. So, despite the fact that I think I had the lowest XG of anyone that got through, which tells you a lot. I just wasn't threatening enough going forward, but I feel like I managed to sort that now with the new formations I'm looking at.
Was there any standout moments for you in the first playoffs?
Being Maladin was always good. I think the fact that Denham won was a big standout moment because nobody, bar Reedy, thought he would. So it was just great to see. He was genuinely quite emotional, I felt like, as well, because I don't think even he thought he'd won it. Do you know what I mean? But it just shows that obviously he was quote unquote the most unknown, the most outsider name in it. And that's why the playoffs exist, to give everyone a bash at it, and he's proof of the pudding. It's like the first go we've done it, so I think it all worked out really well, to be honest.
Well, you mentioned there, kind of relatively unknown. The person who spoke to DJNathyB, quite relatively unknown. He was, I think it was suggested by Wolfie, who's back in this tournament once again as a name. So do you think that we could be seeing more people like that in future tournaments coming in relatively unknown and kind of making a name for themselves?
I don't see why not. Like the way we've set it up, we're being really transparent about how the playoffs is run. That we're always going to give at least 4 slots to new entrants every time we go. At least one of them will be a totally brand new face. So there's plenty of scope to get new folk in, be they small or big, whatever. I just think it keeps it fresh, and I'm really happy with the way the first one went. And if we keep doing it that way, then it'll only get better and better.
Of course, we were kind of talking about new names there. Right now on our Twitter, this is going out at 6pm on Monday. There'll be a poll for the final spot as Fox pulled out. It's been contested between Stinger, SIMaggio and FMStinger. So head on over Twitter and vote who'll get the last place. But
you'll need to be quick because it finishes at 7, so if you're watching this when it goes out, get there pronto.
But yeah, you guys get to decide who the last person is. So if you're fans of any of them, Stinger, Maggio, Bertie, you can see them in the FM playoffs contesting these guys like Mozza and beating them as well.
We'll see. Don't you start. Mean Gene.
Of course, a bit away from the front end, of course, but the back end, you've been working hard on the database side of things.
Yeah.
Of course, there was a few issues with the first one. What have you changed for this time round?
So, as is quite well known, I'm sure people I heard people like Nerdphonic talking about this as well with regards to the showdown, and the Creators Championship have had a few issues as well. FM's editor is not perfect by any means, and we need to find workarounds to make things happen, unfortunately, because it's a game mode that doesn't exist. Essentially what we've created, we do the draft in normal FM, and then I create a database that all the players get plugged into teams, and we basically play a network save with a custom competition. So that was the whole point of the first one. Like, we weren't taking it too seriously. We knew there would be a few gremlins would come up here and there. By and large, I think it went well, but I've added new stadiums for all the teams because there was issues with pitch sizes and condition, that caused a few injuries that maybe wouldn't have been caused. We have changed the group system so it actually works properly as it should do now. That second in one group will play third in the other group now, and that's been fully tested. Thankfully, it took me 2.5 hours to find a workaround for that, and just little things. So it's good to go. Basically, the database is sound. We can't change anything if divergence happens, but we've got a rule in place for that, and it works. So we've done everything we can, and hopefully it's entertaining to watch.
Is there any change to the rule in case any injuries happen before the season starts? Because Denham, his Haaland got injured before the season started. He still won the whole thing, but
so there was a suggestion made by Foxy that, like, when we started, the players didn't have any familiarity with any formations because we just jumped straight into it. So what we're going to do now is start a month before the first game, let guys plug their formations and can basically holiday it through to when we get started, and then we'll do the injury wipe. So there will not be any injuries before the first game. We've sorted that out, but having said that, it worked for Denham, so it might not have been as big an issue as we thought.
Yeah, of course. I think behind the scenes there'll be myself, Pingu, and Scoot Leone as well, because we'll be loaded on like Twitter and stuff. So we had Keg working with us last time, but he's taking part in this. So
yes, well, he'll be out pretty quickly, to be fair, so he'll join you in a bit.
Well, that's answered my question there.
No, I think, and being serious, I think Keg could be pretty good at this. He's quite analytical as he goes with playing the game. Like, I know we talk about these Kegonomics and all that, but he does think about little aspects of the game more than other people. I think he'll do well.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see, of course. The top 6 do go, well, are invited back into the next term. We only have 4 from last time round, which is yourself, Denham, who won it, On The Counter, and Wolfie. So we've got 6 new faces, so got that to look forward to. Of course, if you do want to take part in any future competitions, do fill out the form. Link will be in the description. Any other comments you want to make, Mozza?
You're not asking me to call out anyone. We've been all nice.
If you want, Mozza.
No, I'm quite happy. Like, my mission last time was to get knockouts. This time I'm aiming my sights higher. So I want to get the final. And obviously if you're in the final, you've got to be in it to win it. So that's the aim now that I've had one process where I've gone wrong and I've made changes, and I think I'm pretty well set now for what I'm doing. It's either going to go brilliantly or terribly, put it that way. So I'll be out in the groups or I'll be pushing for the final. That's my prediction.
Yeah, well, we'll wait and see.
And I'm not scared of anyone.
Yeah, but said, do check out all the links in the description of all socials for the 9 contestants announced so far, and the 10th contestant will be added in once they're confirmed. Whoever that may be. Do check out our Twitter for the poll, which has only got less than an hour left by the time you're watching this stage of the video anyway. If you're watching it straight at 6 PM, I don't know what you're doing with your life, but there's about 50 minutes left in it. But yeah, we'll be back again tomorrow, 4 PM, 6 PM for the next set of interviews, and that'll be every day up until Friday. Saturday we've got the draft at 6 PM, and then midday Sunday we'll have the playoffs, and hopefully, well, could see a new winner. Could be Denham again.
I mean, that's the plan. Obviously we'd like to keep it Scottish as well, so get supporting me.
Well, we'll have Denham win again if it's keeping it Scottish. But until tomorrow at 4 PM, we'll see you then.
Catches.
Thank you.